Tonight, Most Haunted Live ventures into London's notorious East End to a most active and historic hostelry. A tavern has been on this site for centuries, and the current structure, an imposing Victorian building, is said to be rampant with startling paranormal activity, and apparitions are said to be regularly witnessed here. We investigate the creepy cellars and terrifying disused tunnels, the ground floor bar and first floor function room. Join us on this most gripping investigation tonight on Most Haunted Live.
Welcome to this night 2 of Most Haunted Live at Halloween. I'm David Bull and I'm in the control centre of our paranormal investigation. Yes, I am in what some say is one of the most haunted cities in the world. I'm in London. To be more precise, I'm actually in East London, in Hackney. Now, the rest of the team, the paranormal investigative team, have already been sent out from here, and they're deeply ensconced, again, very near here, in the East End. And they're in a very notorious area. But more of that in just a bit. Now, last night was absolutely amazing. Now, I have to say, it was also a first for us here on Most Haunted Live, because not only did we broadcast to homes across the UK and Europe, we've also transmitted to over 80 million homes in the United States. And tonight is no different, because tonight we welcome all our viewers on the Travel Channel and say hello to everyone who's watching in North America. So very good evening to all of you. So, on with tonight. Now, last night we had the very picturesque setting of Tower Bridge. Now, tonight's location is very different. Yes, steeped in history, some 150 years old. It looks very ordinary from the outside, but it's full of stories. But don't take my word for it, because our investigative team are already there. So let's say a very big hello to Yvette Fielding, Derek Okora, Kieran O'Keefe, and the rest of the team. Good evening. Hello, good evening to all of you. Now, tell me, Yvette, how are you feeling given our investigation last night?
Last night was incredible. For me, the star of the show had to be Max the dog. He's with us tonight, and the rest of the live show. But can I just quickly say, I heard you talking just earlier on, and you were saying outside this location tonight, you know, looks ordinary. And we've only been in here a few minutes, and already this place has taken my breath away. I've got butterflies in my stomach, I don't know why, and not only that, but we've got a couple of crew members that have experienced things. We've already heard some footsteps. It's unbelievable. I don't know what's going on here, but there's a definite atmosphere in this place, and I'm telling you now, it's not nice. So, David, if it's all right with you, we'd like to get ready as soon as possible, because stuff is already happening. OK, very quick question, though. There seemed to be one big star of last night's show, and that was, of course, Max the dog. Is Max with you tonight? Yeah, as I said, Max is actually outside. What we're going to do is we're going to have a walk round with Derek, and we're going to, just on the ground floor, get a feel for the place, and then we're going to bring Max in. Now, apparently, according to Luke Halmed, our producer, she actually mentioned that already today the owner's dog refuses to go into the pool area. Now, they've never let their dog go into the cellars. Sorry. It's just a horrible atmosphere in this place. So it'd be interesting to see what Max picks up when he comes in.
It certainly will. Well, prepare for tonight's investigation, and from all of us here in the studio, the very best of luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now, tonight's location is almost 150 years old. It's situated not very far from here. I said it looks ordinary on the outside, but it is in the epicentre of crime. It has many stories, and here's its history.
Standing opposite the old Commercial Street police station is the somewhat grand Commercial Tavern. Situated right in the middle of what once was deemed an impoverished area, and its proximity to such a busy police station means it must have been playground to a great number of criminals and lively and unsavoury characters. The whole building is said to be plagued by an abundance of startling supernatural events and plentiful paranormal phenomena. The ground floor can suddenly and inexplicably fall silent, even though there is a busy highway just outside the door. The cellars and its myriad of tunnels have a strange, captivating and almost magnetic draw. Many staff, visibly shaken by their experiences, regularly report violent encounters and terrifying ghostly spectres. Join us on another enthralling expedition into London's dark side, tonight on Most Haunted Live.
Well, that location was very much the melting pot for a lot of different people to meet. All sorts of things went on there, and I can already feel the tension mounting here in the studio. So it is time for you at home to prepare yourselves. So close your curtains, turn down the lights, and watch what happens.
Okay, well, we're all feeling the effects of actually being here. We're just stood by the door. Now, before we actually come into the main area of the building, I'm just going to ask Richard Felix, perhaps something's happened to you? What's happened since we've been here?
Well, I've just been and done a down in the cellars with Lou. Come back up. She went up first. I came back on my own, and I swear to you, something followed me up the stairs.
Something. Also,
Yes,
Kath, what did you... Kath and Andy, where are you both? What happened to you?
I heard footsteps just at the back there, and I asked Andy, was anybody there? And he said nobody was there.
No, there's no one around there. There's no one upstairs or anything else. There's only us in the building.
Okay.
The building is clear.
All right. And John, what were you witnessing? You were saying something about the lights?
My heart's pounding right now, and I'm normally pretty good, but earlier on, the lights were on, and I was with the technical crew shortly before you came, and the light bulbs started to flicker, and there were different light bulbs on different lights flickering, and I couldn't put it down to electricity, so that was scary. And now the lights are off, I'm petrified.
Okay.
Absolutely petrified.
All right. We're all feeling it, and even Robin, our sound man over here, and you're part of the OB crew. You're not part of the investigative team, are you? So this is a first for you. How do you feel?
I mean, usually I'm pretty good and I deal with it, but yeah, this place definitely has a strange feeling. I don't know. I thought it was the decor, but I mean, it's more than that.
Okay. And Derek, you're what's up? You all right?
I'm actually, I've got a very tight chest. My lungs feel as if they're scorched. There's been a fire, and there's an old man here.
Right.
It's an old spirit man. And there's also, I know there's a Nigerian here as well. A Nigerian spirit man.
Right.
And he's not good. This one is got bad intentions, and he moves about here quite a lot. So there's two spirit people, two men that are grounded here. I'd like to find out why they're grounded, but they are grounded. They've not moved on, and they're separate to each other, so they're not interlinking together, Ivy. They're wandering around, and I feel the Nigerian man, he practiced something that wasn't good. And it hit me in the chest when I was standing by the door. And he's got bad intentions, the soul.
Okay, so he's probably the one that's making us maybe feel the way we do.
I feel it's his energy that's doing this.
And what about you, Kieran? How does, the effect that it's having on all the crew? We've only been in here a few minutes, and yet everybody's... It's a pub, for goodness sake. We're right by a main road. You can hear the traffic going by. You'll probably hear police sirens and people walking by. But in here, how do you explain that?
My first reaction when we come in here is it is very stuffy. There isn't a lot of airflow, so we have to look at that possibility. But we're getting lots of different types of phenomena. Somebody said that they heard a sound on the other side. We've got the footsteps incident. We've got the lights. And we have to take each of these phenomena separately. So I hope as we're going through, we're going to try and get some explanations for those things.
Well, let's walk through and let's give everybody at home and in our audience a look at this place. It's modern. It's got pictures all over the walls. It's got really good decor. It's not ghostly or ghoulish in any way, but there's something about the atmosphere. It's actually making me feel quite sick. I'm shaky, getting a bit out of breath, and I've been absolutely fine all day. How are we all feeling? Does anybody feel bad? Or are you all right, Stuart?
I'm fine, but since I've walked in here literally 10 minutes ago, I've got a crushing sensation in my chest, and I know other crew members have, especially Carl as well. And it's actually quite painful.
Really?
It really is, yeah.
What about you, Carl?
I feel like I don't drink, but I feel like I'm drunk.
I said that earlier. I said I actually feel drunk. That's how this place makes you feel. Maybe what we're picking up on is the fumes of all this, the sucking you on all the alcohol. So, do you want to walk into here a little bit more, Derek? Get a more of a feel for it? So what we're doing now is we're entering into the pool area. Now, this is the area that the owner's dog today refused to come into. Again, it's quite a small area, nicely decorated, just the pool table in the middle. The temperature is quite warm in here, as you say, Kieran, so it'd be quite good if we do get any cold spots, you know, they will be picked up and noticed. So do you think that this Nigerian spirit that you're picking up on is here now? Do you feel he's following us?
I feel he's actually in the building, because that's affected us all, and as soon as it hit my chest, his energy is in this building now.
Excuse me, sorry. Me and Kath are touching the snooker table, and something has it's either kicked the table
Feel the vibration
or knocked it.
Strange.
Do you reckon we should call out now?
Yes, I do. I really do.
Everybody steps back from the pool table, just a foot or so.
Well, Kath and I had our hands on it, so should we step back?
Your hands and step back.
Okay.
Step back and then call out.
Is there anybody here? Is there any spirit people here in this building now? If you can hear my voice, I'm calling to any spirit people.
This door just moved.
There's
nothing. Nobody was near this door.
Heard the door. Heard the noise.
What's behind the door?
Ladies' toilet.
There's nobody in there. There's nobody in there then.
There's no one in there. It's just us.
Could you have a window open in there or something?
Why don't should we get Max in now? See what Max does. Let's have a wander around, yeah, Andy? And what we should do is maybe... Cool, it's taking my breath away. Should we all sort of stand back in this area and see it? Because otherwise we don't want to crowd him. Okay. What I'll do is I'll keep calling out while we get... If everybody stands out the way of Max. Yeah?
No windows in there at all.
There's no windows in the loo.
There's nobody in there.
Okay. Stand back and let Mark and Max have a wander around. Okay. I'm just going to keep calling out, Mark, so let us know if... Well, we'll hear. If there's anybody here, any spirit people here in this building now, please can you talk to us? Give us some sort of sign. Let us know that you're around us. Please come forward and give us some sort of sign. Knock on something. Touch one of us. Did you just move that table? Did you just move this bench?
That might have been me.
Oh, was it you? Okay. All right. If there's anybody here, please can you give us some sort of sign? What about the cellar? Do you want to go down in the cellar? Yeah? You take him down in the cellar. You got a torch? He seems fine, doesn't he, Mark?
Yeah, don't worry at all at the moment.
That's okay. So he's fine.
Not displaying any signs of crying like you did last night.
Yeah. If there's any spirit people here in this building now, any astral beings, if there is a gentleman here, please talk to us. I'm calling to any spirit people who haunt this place. If you died here, if you worked here, please come forward. Please talk to us. Can you bang on something? Make your presence known to us now. Open one of the doors. Okay, we're going to go back to the studio now, and what we're going to do is take Max down into the cellar and see if he picks anything up in there. Meanwhile, we'll keep calling out, and then we're going to do a séance in a little while. So it's back to you in the studio, David.
Well, thanks very much indeed, Yvette. Well, already tonight, Derek appears to pick up on two men, a fire and a Nigerian spirit. A man, and he said he practiced something not good. But what was it? Find out after this break. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live, the world's largest paranormal investigation. Now, the studio here, what we try to do is make sense of the data and collate it from the location. And to do that, we have an august body of men. And so particularly I'd like to introduce two who's sitting on the sofa opposite me. It is, of course, parapsychologist Dr. Matthew Smith, with him medium and astrologer David Wales. Good evening to both of you. Now, let me just ask you, first of all, Matthew, we're in a tavern, a pub. Not necessarily a location that you might think is particularly haunted.
On the contrary, I think that you find that many of the locations where people report these experiences aren't these kind of grand locations. I mean, unlike last night, Tower Bridge, obviously a very grand location and a place where people do report things. But what I like about this place is there are very recent experiences, and often where people do report the experiences might be their own homes, and often maybe buildings that aren't that grand. But it's actually quite a fascinating building, lots of nooks and crannies, so it could be an interesting night.
OK, well, you actually went there earlier today,
That's
didn't
right.
you? And here's a film of what happened when Matthew visited the location.
Tonight's location is just so different from where we were last night at Tower Bridge. It's obviously much smaller. We're in a pub. Lots of very unusual experiences being reported here, including a number of apparently paranormal experiences being reported by the current owners. And that includes sightings, the feelings of a presence. I've been both in the bar area and also down in the cellars. And the cellars in particular are very creepy, obviously very dark, very damp. And we actually kind of explored some of the boundaries of that, where it's extremely dark, and I think the crew tonight are going to be. So, very different from last night. I'm very excited by it because there's lots of experiences being reported very recently. So I think we're in for a really interesting night.
Well, I was going to spend some time talking to you about that, but I have to tell you that the team have now repositioned. They're now in the cellar, and apparently things are starting to happen at the location. So let's go and join them without delay.
Right, careful now. I can't even see the handrail. That's it. OK. Come on down the cellar. Oh, God. How are you guys feeling down there?
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Is it? Oh!
What was
What
that?
was that?
You're right.
OK, Max knocked the fire extinguisher. God, sorry. God, it's very heavy down here. Really, really heavy. Flipping heck. Oh, I feel really dizzy. I feel really, really dizzy. How are you all feeling, guys?
To be honest with you, the actual pains in my chest are getting worse.
Are they?
They are, but I'm not going to back out yet. I'm just going to carry on and see how I go. If I feel any worse, I'll leave the location for a while.
You all right, Kath?
Yeah, I feel really worried.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I lost my balance before, and like, oh, my ears are hurting.
All right. OK. Derek?
Well, since coming down into this atmosphere, it is most definitely more oppressive down here than even up top. But I am totally aware that we've got two energies here, two spirit men that are not connected to each other. One's walking round. I know he's a Nigerian, and I know his intent is basically he's angry that we're here, the Nigerian. The other man who's separate to him, I'm getting a mental image of him. He would have got into his, maybe his 70s before he passed. And I feel both these, this Nigerian has got a strong connection with this building. Yeah. He either passed, he died, left his physical body very close here. And, you know, I get a feeling he was murdered. Right. I get a feeling of a stabbing.
Right.
But it's not he was the one who was stabbed, I feel. But I feel he was deranged. And maybe, I don't know whether he was under the influence of alcohol when this happened. It was an attack. And I felt as if he slumped against a wall. Now, I can't make out whether it was the wall down here or outside.
And when do you think this would have happened?
I get the feeling that this man was a seaman. And he was a seaman, and he come over here, and he was either drinking at this place, or he came in, and he went out, and maybe the attack took place then.
Yeah. Do you get a name with him?
Not yet, Kieran, but the older man, I feel he worked here. He actually, I don't know if he run the place in a different time.
Right.
A different time. And they're both aware of each other, seeing each other in the atmosphere, but they're not connecting.
Okay.
But the anger is a sheer, and I feel this Nigerian, this man, this dark man, he practiced something. I'm not sure whether it was like a thing that he'd learnt in his tribe from the country he came from, but it was like, it's likened to our black arts.
Right, okay.
And like a voodoo type thing.
What's up, Stuart?
The pains are getting worse with that. I don't know why for some reason. It feels so tight, it's like there's a weight.
Do you want to just get a breath of fresh air?
No, I'll be alright. I'm just going to stick it out as long as I can.
Alright, okay. Shall we bring Max down here, just out of interest? Let's all stand. Do you want to stand back a bit so we can see what Max... Okay. Seems fine, doesn't it? Yeah. It's interesting that we're all feeling odd and yet Max is absolutely fine.
Completely different from last night.
Yeah. Try the tunnels this way. Do you want to shine a torch so we can show Mark where to go? Just go in that room there. Yeah. Have you got a torch? You alright, Mark? My God, this is horrible. Jeez.
Whoa. Okay. Did you hear that scream then?
It could have come from outside there,
Yeah.
Derek. Everything all right, Mark? He's fine.
He doesn't want to go past here for some reason.
He's what?
He doesn't want to go past here for some reason.
Sorry.
This board here. He's taking out to here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go past that board.
Okay, let's...
Down to that corner there for some reason. I don't know why.
Do you want to try him again?
Need John Gilbert in. Let John go in.
He won't watch out there.
Go on.
All right. Boy. Good boy.
See if you can get him any closer.
What's the matter, mate? What's the matter? What's the matter? All right. Good lad.
See, can we go eyes or...
You're all right. But he slammed on the brakes there a minute ago and he just would not go anywhere. Boy.
You
He's
all
a
right?
good boy. Yeah, he's all right now.
Okay.
But before, as I say, I got to this board and he stopped about here. And he would not go any further than that. I don't know why, but he just wouldn't.
All right. Well, we'll back up. Let's bring Max out, and then we'll continue. What we should do maybe is start calling out down here in the cellar, see if anything happens, and then we'll come back out this way. It's back to the studio now. I mean, we're just finding out what this location is really about, David, and I know you can't see me at the moment, but because we're just walking along these horrible tunnels. It really is quite a grim place. It was interesting that Max just stopped at a particular time. I would have wanted, you know, we all do, we wanted Max to kind of pick up, maybe bark a little bit more. He did when he first came in. But it's back to you in the studio, and what we'll do is we'll start calling out a little bit more. OK. Oh, God.
David Walls, what do you make of the location and what you're seeing?
Well, it looks extremely interesting. I think what's more interesting for me, David, I have to say this, is Matthew using words like eerie and atmospheric. I like that because, you know, it's one step further, and he'll be saying things like, I'm picking up psychic vibrations. So I'm quite enjoying the fact picking up on atmospheres.
I think you might be waiting a long time for that.
Well, it just proves he's actually human after all, which is quite nice.
And what do you make of this animal behaviour, the fact that we're talking about whether the dog barks or not?
Well, I mean, I think we all recognise, those of us who have pets, that our animals are more sensitive. If you have them, everybody who has an animal would agree with that. And I think that he's doing exactly that. OK, well, we have one other expert that we've yet to introduce. He is, of course, our very own historian, author and expert on ghosts in London. It could only be Richard Jones. Very good evening to you. Now, already tonight, Derek seems to be picking up on this spirit of a Nigerian, and he said the word seaman. You know, he was a sailor. Now, does that make any sense to this location?
It does. I mean, don't forget the area was an area for prostitution, so a lot of prostitutes were in the area. And, of course, the docks were fairly close by, so it was quite common for the prostitutes to deal with seamen from the Port of London Authority.
Now, the difficulty is... thank you very much. It was... Thank you for the moment. I can tell you're going to be useless from here. Thank you for the moment. Now, as usual, this programme is a very interactive show. We need your help, and there is one man in control of that. He is, of course, Julian Clegg.
Thank you. Good evening, welcome to Interactive. What a night we had last night, by the way. Over 70,000 of you got in touch with the Interactive team. They were really busy, and what a night it's going to be tonight, I feel sure. First of all, go to the website, mosthauntedlive.net, and look at the webcams. We want you to look at them, tell us what you think. Here they are. Webcam 1 on the ground floor. There it is there. There's Max working away there. You can see Max in the screen there. Webcam 2 in the cellar. You can see the crew there. There's Yvette in the pink coat. Webcam 3 is in the tunnels, and there it is there. And webcam 4 is in the first floor, and there they are. Now, I want you to look at those. If you spot anything unusual, I want you to note it down. I want you to let me know so we can pass it on. Make sure you note the time when you saw that unusual phenomena, and then get in touch by texting us 83088, starting your message haunted space MSG, followed by your message. Don't forget your name and where you live. The text costs 50p plus standard network charges, and you can use the same number for general thoughts about the show as well. Also, fax us on 0208 986 5981. That's the number for things like your psychic art and so on. And contact us through that all-important website. And the photo messages, these were incredibly popular again last night. You want to have your photos. If you're having a Most Haunted Live party or something strange has happened at home, take a picture and then send it on the mobile. 07725 203 049 is the number. Those calls cost 50p for those photos. Please get permission from people if you take pictures of them, because they could land up on the television. So ask them first before you send those. Now to tonight's competition. We have got a fantastic prize for you tonight. Let me show you what it is. This is a digital camera. I will show you how it works actually later in the show. But this is the same kind of camera. It's got infrared technology as we use out on location. It really is fantastic. I've got 5 of them there to give away, so you've got a good chance of being a winner if you're a living TV viewer here in the UK. Now, here's the question we're asking tonight. Which of the following has not been used in a Most Haunted Live experiment? Is it A, ESP, B, EVP, or C, EMT? Now, what's the right answer, or more to the point, the one that hasn't been used in the experiment? Dial 09015 3399110, or if you're a digital satellite viewer, press that red button on your remote control right now, and you could be walking off with that really nice camera. More from Interactive a little bit later on, but for the moment, David, back to you.
Great stuff. Thanks very much indeed, Julian. Now, earlier on, Yvette was talking about the owner's dog, and the owner's dog being afraid to go into particular parts of the commercial tavern. Well, we actually went out earlier to film the dog, and this is what happened. So what do you make of that? Do you think, David Wells, this is a dog who just doesn't want to be doing what it's told, or is there's something deeper to this?
Well, it seems to me it's definitely frightened of something. It doesn't want to go into that area. I mean, it might be a naughty dog, I don't know it, but it looks to me as if it just doesn't want to go there.
You were there, what happened?
As you noticed, I was there, paying close attention. Well, that's a fairly accurate representation of what took place. And it's quite clear the dog doesn't like going down there. We've filmed it for quite a while, and also, I don't think it's explained that the dog doesn't want to do what it's told, because Michael, who's the owner, would be somewhere else, then she would run up to him. After a long time, though, after a lot of coaxing, we could get the dog to go around there. And I think after a while, the dog was probably learning that I don't think she really wanted to go down there at all. But once we kind of coaxed around, she was probably learning, well, it's not so bad and nothing bad's happening.
But this is recurrent behaviour, isn't it? This is what they've reported before.
Yeah, the dog doesn't typically want to go down there. So I was very keen to see when Max went down there to see if he responded or didn't want to go down there. But he just walked around there with no response at all.
But maybe the dog had a bad experience at some point, then had learnt behaviour, and now what you're saying is reacting...
Possibly, yeah.
Because of that.
I get the feel that the dog would rather not go down there, but we were able to, at least after a while, maybe say, look, everything's okay, and she was kind of getting better at doing that. So we need to see that, how that carries on in the future.
Okay, thank you very much for the moment. So why is the dog behaving in that way? What lurks in Commercial Tavern? We'll find out in a few moments' time. Haunted Live. This is the world's largest live ghost hunt, and tonight we're investigating a pub, a tavern, a hostelry called Commercial Tavern. It used to be the melting pot for all sorts of professions, from police to prostitutes, fencers, and people who were simply up to no good. Well, the team are now investigating the cellars of that tavern. Let's go and join them right now.
Okay, what we've just been standing around here during the break and just chatting and calling out, seeing if we can get anything going. Now, Carl, you felt something tap you?
I literally, I didn't think it was paranormal. I just turned around and looked at Richard, because Richard's behind me, and it's a definite tap. And I just thought Richard was trying to get my attention. But I've turned around and Richard's right there, and he said he was watching my back, and there was nothing there. Kath was here, she said nothing touched my... No.
And you felt a breeze, Kath, at the same time?
Yeah, as soon as when Carl had turned round, both Lou and myself, we felt this really strong breeze, and it wasn't because Carl turned round, because you've just done that now and we didn't feel it.
Okay. And also, John stood where he was standing, and I had a breath, like someone blowing in my face about here. So, Derek, what would you like to do? Do you want to stay in here a little bit, maybe call out, maybe some of us hold hands? Because we've got lots of other places to investigate. We've got some of the tunnels to go to and everything. What would you like to do for you?
Yeah, I'd like to stay here and keep calling out.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling that these spirit men, especially the Nigerian, they are here, but they're masking themselves.
Right.
Maybe for something that's going to happen, or that one of them's planning something. That's the feeling I'm getting. I'm getting a feeling of dread with this.
Right. Should we some of us who've got free hands, do you want to hold hands in a circle?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, Rach, Kath?
I'll go in the centre.
You go in the centre. Okay. Everybody relax. Andy?
Yeah.
Just make sure no one walks around up there.
Yeah, no.
Robin or Mark or Max. Okay. Deep breath. If there's anybody here, any spirit person that wishes to talk to us at all, or communicate in any way, then please come forward. See the circle of people here. Come amongst us now. Show yourself to us. Do something for us. Let us know that you're around. Can you hear my voice? Can you see us? We know that you're here. Give us some sort of sign, a signal to let us know that you are around. Come forward. I'm calling to any spirit people, any astral beings that are in this atmosphere with us now. If you are a man, then step forward. If you mean us harm, step forward. But do not harm us in any way. Try and talk to us, communicate with us, tell us why you're so angry. If you want us to leave, then do something. Throw something at us. hit something, do something. Anything at all. Make the temperature go cold. I'm calling out, please. With the utmost respect, come forward. Use our energies now in this circle. Come into the centre of the circle and talk to us. Do you feel anything, Derek?
Actually, I am one of these spirit men is very, very close by. I feel it is the dark-skinned man, the Nigerian. It's like as if the feelings he's putting over me is if he just wants to pounce on us.
Okay.
He's very close by.
What's the matter?
Wow, did you not feel that, you guys? An icy cold breeze, and it... Wow, I've never witnessed anything like that before. It was full on right in the back of my head and neck. It was icy cold.
Go on, Stuart, you call out.
Is there anybody here in this cellar with us now? If that was you that made that cold breeze, could you please do it again? Could you do something to a crew member? Could you touch one of us? Could you blow on us? Could you show us a sign of some kind? Show us a light anomaly? If you are here, could you please do something for us? We're begging you, please, please, please show us that you are here.
Yeah,
I heard that.
There's something over in that corner.
No, did you think it was in the corner? I thought it was above us.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, over there.
Yeah.
There.
In this corner over here.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant the same as me then, John. I thought it came from above us on these pipes.
If you are here, can you please do something? If that's you making the noise with the pipe work, can you please do it again? Can you make it louder for us? Could you talk to us? Do you understand our language? Do you know what we're saying? Could you please do something for us so we know that you are here?
Come on.
You alright, Cal?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of really cold, and I don't know, it feels like pressure on my shoulders.
I'm boiling.
Oh, God, it's not feel good.
You're right. I'll tell you what we should do. Maybe some of us should stay here and carry on just calling out, keep in a circle. Myself and Derek and Kieran, why don't we go with, obviously with John Dibley, let's go down the tunnels and see. Yeah?
Like
Should we do that?
Yeah.
So just, do you want to stay here in a circle, Carl? Do you want to keep it going?
Well, I think it's no point us calling out because we'll interfere with, you'll hear us down there. So I think you should go down and call out.
All
and
right.
we'll stand here
Okay.
just
All right. Okay, we're going to go down the tunnel. So, John, if you want to go first. You go first, John.
Just in case I feel really cold, so I can come back and...
Okay, it's back to the studio where we start our walk down these really spooky tunnels. Oh, God. Back to the studio.
34.
Oh, my God, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it at all.
I have to say, I'd much rather be here than down there in the cellar. Well, as you can see, the investigation continuing there. Now, that investigation team are a very brave set of souls indeed, but as usual, they are one member light. And one person from our studio audience is going to go out and join the team tonight at the Commercial Tavern as they continue their investigation. So, what we have done, we have selected one name out at random from hundreds of willing volunteers. So just when they're sitting here thinking they can have a very comfortable, stress-free night, the person joining the investigation team tonight is... Andrew Jameson. Andrew, where are you? Stand up. Andrew's 27. Go and join Tiffany, please, who will make sure that you're taken to the location tonight safely. So as you can see, Andrew being led there by Tiffany out of this building and across East London to the Commercial Tavern. But what secrets will it tell? What will we reveal? Find out in a few minutes' time, only on Most Haunted Live. back to Most Haunted Live at Halloween. This is night 2 of 4, and you are loving tonight's show. And lots of you are having Most Haunted Live parties, which is fantastic. Just a few of these. Lisa, Bradley, Gill and Stephen having a wild party in London, and Kirsty is having a Most Haunted Live fundraising party for her 2 fantastic dog charities. But there's one person missing, she says, and that should be Max. But Max is a bit busy tonight, so we can't let you have him, I'm afraid. Julian, what else are people saying at home?
Lots of fan mail for Max, by the way. Interactive is rocking at the moment. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of webcam sightings, lots of competition entries. Questions quite hard on the competition tonight, so you're in a good chance of winning that camera. And also lots of photo messages coming in. I'll tell you how to send your photos in of your Most Haunted Live parties and so on in a few moments' time. Odd at home, this is always a theme on this show, people having strange things happening whilst the show is on. Annette in Petersfield, my mirror has just fallen down and it's screwed to the wall. How strange is that? Nikki, Adam and Sam in Gillingham, or Gillingham, I think that one in Kent. When the show started and John Dibley was talking about the lights in our lounge flashed on and off. Jade and Megan in Narbeth, as Carl and Yvette were speaking, they say, about feeling drunk. Jade says, me and my friend became lightheaded and felt very dizzy. And we've had 3 people saying mirrors have fallen off the wall. Annette in Petersfield said her mirror's actually screwed to the wall and it fell off. And finally, my husband, says Karen in Renfrewshire, doesn't believe in the paranormal, but tonight he went into our bedroom and saw someone sitting on the bed. He's positive there was something there, and I know he's being serious about it. So, he wasn't drunk either. Karen, thank you for getting in touch with us on that. How do you get in touch? Let me tell you what you do. You text us, 83088, starting your message, haunted space MSG, then a space, then your message. Say who you are, where you're from, by the way. Fax us your psychic art and your other thoughts to 0208 986 5981. And then those photo messages, they're incredible. Keep them coming, please. 07725 203 049. And all the details of everything we're doing tonight, and the webcams and so on, are on the website, mosthauntedlive.net. More from Interactive later. David, over to you.
Thank you very much. Now, back to the matter in hand. Now, so far, Derek appears to have picked up on this 70-year-old Nigerian spirit who's possibly was stabbed, murdered. He also mentioned whether he was drunk at the time, and also he keeps mentioning the fact that this man may well have been a sailor. Now, what's happened is that the team have actually split up. I can tell you now that Carl and Stuart are now in the cellar, but Derek and Yvette have actually moved off from there because from the cellar run a labyrinth of tunnels, and that's where they are. So let's go and join them and find out what's happening.
There's nobody down the stairs.
Okay. What's happened is we're in this part of it. We're just going to start walking through the cellar. Now, Carl and the rest of the group are in there. Just explain what's happened.
Well, Stuart and I have been calling out here in the cellar. We witnessed, or I witnessed, or thought I saw somebody at the door, and I just thought it was one of the crew. I asked who was there. There was no answer, and then I heard them say something. Now, I didn't say what I heard. I walked out. Stuart followed me and said, "I just thought I heard somebody say, 'Get out.'" And that's exactly what I thought I heard. But there's nobody there. There's no one here at all.
John Gilbert, did you hear anything?
I didn't know. I was over this side of the room.
Okay, all right. Right, well, we'll start walking down this tunnel. Just shout out if you hear anything again, okay?
We'll carry on calling out sort of lightly here.
Okay, God, it's horrible in here. It really is. And it's not... if something happens, I'm going to fall over trying to run out.
It'll be okay, Abby. All right.
Do you feel anything down here? Just say yes or no for the minute.
No.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Nothing? Okay, just go further down. You all right?
Yeah,
you just fall on you.
Dust coming down here.
Okay. And it's just another room here at the end. Okay. Okay, now the tunnel just actually stops here. If you just see, John. There, so it just stops here. So I would imagine that this is where they just would have stored things down in this particular area. I don't know the history of this place too much, whether the tunnels went anywhere. Maybe that's obviously Richard Jones will be able to tell us more on that. But you're saying at the moment there's nothing down in these cellars?
There's not the energy of either of those 2 spirit men, especially the Nigerian. I feel that he especially is masking himself, covering himself up. But I just get, even the feelings are still with me, that his intent is to do something with us. It's like when a person is ready to pounce, that's the only way I can describe, that's the atmosphere. And when he does, if and when he does, I feel his intent is to be nasty, is to be bad. And I think that the whole of the team should be very, very, very careful. I know we've been calling out to get a response, but he's the type, I feel, the soul as he was in life. If if you speak to him normally, he would probably respond normally. Speak to him nasty, he'd probably give the nastiness.
Did someone make a noise then, like a growl?
That might have been me.
What did you growl?
No, I didn't growl. I didn't growl, but a bit of dust was actually in my
right,
throat,
okay.
that was all.
Was there one spirit that
Still, I keep on asking Kieran all the time, I've even asked Sam, that's not even being forthcoming. It may just come all of a sudden. I feel what will happen here.
You don't mean to be disrespectful in any way.
In other words, uncovers himself. He's going to make a move towards one, if not a couple of the team. I just know it. I just know it. It's like I'm waiting for it. You okay?
You right?
What happened? What happened, Jeff?
I just felt a slight tap on my back here.
On which side?
My right side.
Your right side.
There's nothing here though, Derek, you say?
His energy is not here, not in this passageway.
I definitely felt something.
Yeah.
It could be possible we do have some loose debris above us. Could be something like that, but let's see if it happens again.
Right. Is there anybody here? Is there a spirit person here in this building now? If there is, please give us some sort of sign. Let us know that you're around. Come on, I'm sick of repeating myself. Show yourself to us. Do something, throw something at me. I did hear two muffled taps then.
Coming from which direction?
In here. Let's go in here. It smells very musty. John, do you just want to turn off your night vision and show everybody just how dark it is? Just so at home. Just turn off your torch, Wigan. Okay. So, you're seeing... What are you seeing? Can you see me? Hello? Can you see me at all?
I've been told to turn it on.
Oh, okay. It was just to give everybody at home to let you know how dark it is. So, okay. It's very, very dark and creepy down here. Come on, show yourself to us. Do something. Push me. Touch me. Okay. Very quiet, isn't it? Yeah.
It's almost too quiet, this feeling that's still with me with this man.
Okay.
It's like, and yet I keep on saying approach.
And he's not.
And he's not. But I know his energy is here.
No, I'm just saying because there's further tunnel that way, isn't there?
Shall we go that way?
Let's go over that way, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll go back first.
Okay. Let's go, because what we'll do is, as long as we've explored these, given Derek a chance to have a good old look round and get a feel for it, and then we're going to leave a couple of people down here. As you can see, as we're walking up... Yeah? What's happened? What's the matter, John?
John's going.
You all right?
Hearing whispers and everything.
What?
I kept hearing whispering, and I'm sure I heard someone whisper Carl's name. And I came over here, and now my head's just spinning. I'm not going to fall over, don't worry. But I don't feel like I'm here. When I heard when I could hear the voices, it was, I don't know, it was weird. It wasn't.
Were you hearing it through your earphones?
Yes, yeah.
So do you think we've got it? Do you think we caught the whispering?
We should do. We're sending a clean feed of the boom back to the studio, so they might have it there.
You feeling all right?
And when did it happen? About 2 minutes ago? A minute ago?
Probably a bit longer ago than that.
Okay.
Just a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, they're looking for it in the studio now to see if they've got any whispering.
I said at the time that I thought I heard it.
Right, okay.
So we thought we heard a groan again, didn't we?
Yeah, that's why I walked over here, and just as I came over here...
He literally fell back on here.
I was getting pains in the side of my head as well, just around that sort of time.
I said I was feeling dizzy as well at the same
Alright,
time.
let's go check out the other tunnels, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that you? That's you.
Yeah, you're right. That's more important than
Let's
the
go
other.
down. You go back first, John.
Okay, that way you go.
Right.
Okay. You go back first.
You have to go in there or do it.
Just let me know if you hear any more. John's all right. What's your head, John? Now you stay there, guys. Yeah, we're just gonna go further down this way. So this is the opposite way. Good God. What's your... Oh, sorry. sorry, it was me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so jumpy.
What was it?
It was just nothing. It was just a car that went over, and you know when it makes a deep like that. That's what. I'm so sorry. That just shows you how jumpy we all are. Okay, sorry, guys. Wigan, you screamed.
That wasn't me. It was him.
Was it you, John?
That was definitely him.
Okay, if you turn around, let's show everybody that this is where it ends. So that's as far. Again, the other end it just comes here, which is a funny shape. So I don't know. It's interesting to find out where these tunnels come from. And again, you're not picking up anything in here.
Well, he's not pushed forward. He's not, you know, come close to us.
Kieran, have you got the... Can you take the temperature of my forehead?
Yeah, I can.
My forehead is absolutely boiling. It feels like that.
Close your eyes a second. Yeah, 34. Yeah, 35. And yet the rest of your body is 31 and lower. I know earlier on I was checking baselines and it was 28.
Is that
29,
unusual?
So it has gone up. It's certainly hot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has gone up 32, 33. So.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
It's just in your head.
I felt really hot in there. I feel absolutely fine now because that's interesting because it's cooler in here, and yet you're burning up. Mind you, you've just had a fright. You've just had a fright, so that's going to affect you. Yeah?
Yeah, maybe this is relevant.
Right. Okay, what I'm going to do is throw back to the studio now because I'd like to leave Carl Stewart and John Gilbert down here in the cellar, and then we're going to repo back upstairs to do a séance in the main pub area and see what happens then. Also, Max, we're going to have him while we're doing the séance and see if we can get anything going there. So it's back to you in the studios.
Great stuff. Thanks very much indeed, Yvette. OK, I'm dreading this bit. Let's go and talk to Richard Jones. Richard, let's stay away from where we were previously and talk about these tunnels. Now, clearly, these tunnels don't seem to have any kind of architecture to them. They seem to sort of end in a very strange manner. What was the purpose of them?
They're probably for storage, like Yvette said. I mean, don't forget, the pub would have been coal-powered, so you'd have to have coal deliveries. And for a pub of that size, it would have to a lot of coal would have been delivered. Of course, it was delivered along the roads, and then you'd lift off the coal hole, basically, and then the coal would be tipped into it. Wine would have been stored there. Beer barrels had to be stored there. And it was an area where people drank an awful lot. I mean, the point about the area was people lived in hovels. And when they lodging houses, you name it, they lived there.
But these tunnels, did they lead anywhere at any time?
I wouldn't think they did.
Okay.
I think they were probably Victorian storage tunnels. If you look at the basements of any Victorian pub, I must confess I've not been down to those tunnels, but if you look at the basement of any Victorian pub, they are that size.
Now, there is
tunnels.
folklore that there is another building on the opposite side. What's the building on the opposite side of the tavern?
The building opposite is very interesting because that is Commercial Street Police Station, and that's where many of the detectives were based who investigated Jack the Ripper. Now, what's interesting is that one of those detectives was a man called Walter Dew, and he came to the area in 1887, was based with H Division at that police station, and he said that it was one of the most villainous parts of the whole British Isles.
Now, we've actually mentioned Jack the Ripper. Now, we haven't really talked about him at all yet in our investigation, but this was very much the turf for Jack the Ripper.
This was very much the turf for Jack the Ripper. I mean, you move on from the Commercial Tavern, you go down Commercial Street, and you're heading towards an area that was known as the Wicked Quarter Mile, and it's in those streets you have what were known as the lodging houses, and it was where many of the victims lived, and it was a real dense, crime-ridden area.
Now, what about the folklore that said that the tunnels from the pub may well have connected with the police station opposite? Can we corroborate that at all?
We can't really, and it's quite a common theme in folklore and local legend. Perhaps the best-known ones, there's often a tunnel linking a church with a castle or in with the smugglers' area. So wherever you have mysterious tunnels, folklore's happy to step into the breach.
But in that tavern, people who were up to no good would have mixed with police, would have mixed with all sorts of other people.
Oh, yes, the whole gamut of human life would have passed through that tunnel. You'd have villains and everything in there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, what more will we uncover as we explore deeper into Commercial Tavern? Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. This is the most talked about show on British television. Now tonight we're investigating Commercial Tavern, which is in Commercial Street, not very far from here in the East End of London. Now, before the break, John Gilbert, the sound man, seemed to have picked up this whisper. The team believed they heard a whisper, the whisper of the word Carl. Now, we've actually looked back at the footage, and this is what we think we've picked up. Now, it comes after you just listen for the words. Feels like it's circling me, and then maybe there's a whisper of the word Carl. Have a listen.
I feel like somebody's circling me.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think we should listen to that again.
I feel like somebody's circling me.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, there's certainly something there, but whether it's paranormal or not, I don't know. Let's go and rejoin the team as they continue tonight's investigation.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We're ready to do a séance here, just to let you know. John Gilbert is actually down in the cellar with Carl and Stuart. So we obviously haven't got our sound man here, so any sound picked up will be picked up only by my microphone and our webcams only. Just to let you know, we have our audience member here, Andrew. He's over by the door there, John. Andrew, hi.
Hello, Andrew.
You all right?
Hi, Andrew.
Okay. And we're actually here in this tavern. We're up in the upper floor, the bar area, and as soon as we all came in, we all felt an atmosphere. Some of us felt very, very dizzy, a bit funny. So if Andrew, if you actually feel anything or sense anything while we're doing this séance, just shout out. It doesn't matter who's speaking, just shout out. Okay? All right, we've also got Max in here as well, so during the séance, if Max starts barking or anything like that, that would be fantastic. Okay. I'll just call out. Derek, while I'm doing that, do you just want to put protection around all of us?
Yeah.
Carl, this is Yvette. We're on air, just to let you know that we're starting the séance above you, okay?
Thank you very much.
Sally, can you hold this for me, just in case Carl needs to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you ready?
As a collective circle, we ask for the highest and the noblest of the healing and also protective light of spirit to surround us all. And if a spirit person is to step forward and to join us, commune with us, not to have an irrational intent to any one of us. Okay.
If there is anybody here, any spirit person in this building now, please come forward. Come into the centre of this table. Use our energies now. Let us know that you are around us and in this room. Can you affect one of us? Push one of us? Make a noise? Please, any spirit people, any astral beings, we ask you with the utmost respect to come forward and talk to us. Please give us some sort of sign to let us know you're around.
Are you okay?
If there's anybody here, any astral beings, please, can you open one of the doors, move the table, blow the candle out, touch one of us sitting around this table. Make a noise. What's the matter?
I don't feel how cold it is.
You don't feel...
No, it's really, really cold, like my legs, my body.
No,
Really?
I'm not feeling
All
that.
over? Or just a
Yeah, just
particular...
all over.
Give us some sort of sign. Give us more of a sign. Affect us.
It's gone now.
Talk to us. Did you just tap on the table? Something just tapped on the table. There was a slight thud. Please come forward. Use our energies. Come amongst this circle now. I'm calling to astral beings, spirit people that may haunt this house, this tavern, this inn. Come towards us. Spirit people that may haunt this house, this tavern, this inn, come towards us now. Come into the circle. Use our energies. Affect us. See, I'm going really hot.
We're really feeling... Are you
See, I feel like this bit of your hand's cold.
No, I'm really boiling. Please, I call upon any persons here that wish to communicate with us. If you are a man, then come forward. Don't be a coward. Come out of the shadows. Show yourself to us. Give us some sort of sign. Can you show yourself in light form? Lift your fingers to the edge of the table so lightly. Can you please move this table if you can hear my voice? Touch one of us gently. Stroke one of the girls' hair. Touch Derek's face. Try and communicate through Derek. Use his energies and ours. If there is a spirit man here that wishes us harm, please don't harm us, but try and show yourself. Do something. Let us know you're around. Do you want to call out, Derek?
Okay, okay. Either the two spirit men that are actually in this building, I know personally that you are covering yourself up, the two of you. We can only ask and encourage you to step forward to give us that evidence and proof that you're here. Come close to the table. Come close to the four sitting in the circle. Let us know. Let's hear your voice. Let's hear your movement towards the table. Stop covering yourself up. Step forward. We might be able to help you. In fact, we can help you. We can help you leave this place. I know you're stuck here. Don't vent your anger. You can step forward. You can use me as an instrument.
In my head. Something's touching your head.
I don't know if it's just, it just feels like something, because I just looked to see if you were behind me, it felt like something was...
So something's on top of your
Yeah.
head. And what, like fingers?
Yeah, like that, down.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did,
I
Andy?
did, just the back of my hair, I just felt, I don't know whether it's my hair gel or something, but it just slightly, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because I asked them to touch hair, didn't I? Ask again, Derek.
So the Nigerian gentleman, we can help you, but please...
Oh, tap on the table.
Yeah, I heard that. Please step forward. We can help you. We're not here to discredit or anything. We know a little bit about you. We can help you. You don't have to have this anger within you. We can send you to a nicer place. Just step forward and give us the evidence of your existence in this atmosphere. Let's hear you walk across the floorboards. Come close to this table, to the four of us, please. Okay, oh, all right, okay.
You all right?
Yeah, it's just whacked me across my thigh. So he's close by. Oh,
Is Max all right?
okay.
Is he? Do you want to... Keep calling out. Call out, call out, call out.
Come on, come closer, closer. Please, come out.
Tap on the table again.
Come out of the hiding now.
God, it's got cold round me now. He's looking above He's looking above the table, above the ceiling.
Yeah. Our heads.
Come on, show yourself. We know you're here. Come on, show yourself. Do something. Do something else. Do something else. Affect somebody else in this room now. Come on, you coward. Show yourself. Come out of the shadows. Do something. Come on. Make a bang on the table. Blow the candle out. Do something else. It's gone cold. Really cold.
Yeah.
Breeze is going around
It's
us.
still around us now.
Well, what's going on? You all right? Andy's on his way down. Andy's on his way down. Wait. Just keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Come on, is there anybody here?
Anybody going to talk?
Whoa!
Yes.
And again.
That away!
Oh, God, what's going on?
Okay.
Let's go and check on... I need to check on Carl. I need to check he's all right. Oh, God. Pass some water. Okay, the dog's going mad. Carl's just collapsed downstairs. He's had trouble breathing, problems with his chest. The dog's very agitated, and the table just moved as well.
Head up, mate.
Oh my God!
Okay, it's going to be all right.
You bet. You just collapsed. You just totally collapsed.
All right, Carly. You're all right.
Okay. Let's back to the studio here while we sort out what's going on.
Try to regulate your breathing. Try to regulate your breathing. Calm down.
Well, it's extraordinary stuff that's going on there on location. I was trying to work out who that was that had been dragged out. It was Carl, in case you were wondering. And clearly someone, Carl there, can't breathe properly, or certainly doesn't seem to be able to breathe properly. And also, as you saw, Max barking there uncontrollably at something, and Derek appearing to be hit across the thigh by some phenomena. But what is going on in that tavern? Don't go anywhere. See you in a few minutes' time.
Come close to this table, to the four of us, please. Okay, all right.